YouTube, Flock fan, Flockavelli, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Covers, and we got some Ravens news. It's been reported that Odell Beckham is in Arizona. Of course, all the GMs are out there for their annual GM meeting, and Odell Beckham is out there, and he will at least talk with the Baltimore Ravens. He's talking with a whole bunch of other teams. I've seen him in conversation with the Jets, a couple other teams, but the Ravens are included in one of them teams, and of course, we would need Odell Beckham. Of course, Odell Beckham will be a wonderful addition to the team, to the wide receiver group that we already have in-house. Do I think the Ravens get Odell Beckham? No. Just because I feel like he's one of them guys where it's like the Ravens are just 2 or 3 years behind on getting him. The Ravens are the team that wide receivers come to get that last check, to get that last contract before it's most likely wraps for their career. Deshaun Jackson, Michael Crabtree, we could go down the list of names. Willie Snead. I mean, typically once these guys leave the Ravens, they're not making any noise anywhere else, or they're just done. Dez Bryant. So I feel like Odell Beckham, he still has, barring any injuries, he still has about 2 years of productiveness he could have with a team, 2 years of success. And I just don't see the Ravens being able to meet the requirements of an Odell Beckham because, one, he's going to require money still. That's the whole reason he hasn't been signed yet, is because he wants a bigger deal than what a lot of teams think he's worth. Two, the Ravens wouldn't do that for a guy that's coming off injuries, especially a wide receiver, because they just don't know what to do with our wide receivers. And three, I feel like any wide receiver has total leverage when it comes to the Ravens because they can demand however much money they want to come to play to Baltimore. Because when you're coming to the Ravens as a wide receiver, it's a sacrifice. You're making a sacrifice. So a guy of Odell Beckham's stature, of his caliber, just his name holds so much weight that he can demand more money from the Ravens than any other team just because he knows they're desperate for a receiver. So while I would like the wide receiver core of Nelson Aguilar, Odell Beckham, Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, and then you add a rookie, a Jordan Addison or a Jackson Smith-Njigba, and then you got Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, J.K. Dobbins in the run game, I feel like he would be just the missing piece because at this point, you don't really necessarily need a like elite receiver, I think. I think you need a rookie that you can come in and just. So I think if you do bring in a rookie wide receiver, got to keep taking shots at wide receiver. I agree with what EDC said about that. It's just you keep taking shots at first round receivers, eventually you're gonna hit. So whether it's Smith-Njigba, Addison, Flowers, Quentin Johnston, I'm not against any of those guys. I think you bring in a first round receiver, you get at least 5 years with them, barring that they don't request the trade. You get Rashad Bateman in year 3, hopefully can stay fully on the field now that Steve Saunders is gone. Nelson Aguilar, proven vet, and then Odell Beckham, another proven vet who still has more to prove, still wants to prove to himself that he can be that elite type wide receiver. There's not really a much better place for him to get that showcase as long as the Todd Monken offense opens that up for receivers, which I believe it will. It can't be any worse for wide receivers than Greg Roman's schemes. So it's up to Odell if he's willing to, put his head down, work, take a little bit less money, but be around a better team and a team that the receivers will look up to him and look for him for that number one type leadership. The keys are his. Like, he could literally save Baltimore's receiver reputation for the next 2 to 3 years. And as far as the contract wise, it would not be a multi-year guaranteed deal. That's really why I don't see this getting done. It would be a 2 to 3 year max deal. And if it was a 3-year deal, I feel like after year 2, that third year could be voided. Like, he could be a cap casualty. And if it was a 2-year max, that second year, it could also be a cap casualty if things don't work out. So just seeing that that's what the Ravens would be the type to offer and seeing what Odell wants, I just don't think the two are a good fit financially wise, but team wise, scheme wise, player fit wise, he'd be a welcome addition. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, and we'll see what Odell does, man. He's going to work his magic with a whole bunch of teams out there, and he's going to find himself a home. is just up to where he wants to go. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. I'm out.